YouTube at the same time. I think they're thinking about it. And okay, so we're talking about a little bit about vulnerability and what and hope. So I did a series. Hi Ryan. I did a series. I think I did a series when I used to talk a lot, and not that I don't talk a lot now, but I did this series about hope, and I should have tissues here. This is why I need a live studio audience, right? So that somebody can. It's like I need an assistant. I always say that, don't I? I always need an assistant. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go off screen and blow my nose. I think you'll hear me, but sorry. I won't cover that up either. This is real. This is the way it goes. I'm just like, I think I'm beginning to get allergies being back in Michigan and doing, I'm all sniffly. Dana, I want to say hi, and I was supposed to see you this weekend, and I didn't get a chance to run away and see you. I don't know. It was like I didn't have anything to do this weekend. I had a lot of cancellations, so I sort of sat around, not doing too much, which was really weird. So, okay. So I talked about hope on a series. I think I did a 4-part series. And I don't remember when I did it, but I did a 4-part series sometime last year. And it's interesting because at the end, I get myself turned around on hope. When I think about it, I think like, well, what about hope? What does hope really matter? In the Buddhist sort of thing, that hoping is kind of for fools, because when you hope, you're always looking to some other moment than right now for happiness. Capiche? So when you hope, you look for the future, as if something in the future is going to make sense, and then that's when you're going to be happy. When these things happen, that's what you're going to be happy. When I hope that I get that job. I hope I get that raise. I hope is always future oriented. So you're never really living in this moment. But I'm realizing that in order to really hope, you actually have to be very vulnerable in the moment, to feel your feelings, to be open to how you're moving in the world, and your responsibility to what you say, and your responsibility at in your moment, and how you land with other people. So I just want to say that we all make mistakes, and I think I made a mistake about hope. I sort of in the end just went with the Buddhist way, like, oh yeah, if you're hoping, you're just never going to be happy, it's never going to work out, and you should not really hope. That's not the truth. Actually, I'm finding it more now that hope is a really important aspect for the future. I thought I had a whole nother live studio audience member, but no. That hope isn't just about the future, it's actually about the moment now. Because if you can be hopeful about the future, you can then sort of back your way into the moment of now, of being vulnerable and open. Like, being vulnerable is being courageous. So I am in the middle of reading a bunch of stuff and doing, as my favorite is Byron Katie. So there's a potential for me to go to the School of the Work and become one of her disciples. I don't know. Oh, I love Byron Katie. If you don't know that yet, I'm sure you will find that out. And I'm just looking to see where we're at. So if you're on Facebook, I want to urge you to go over to YouTube. This is my Facebook side. This is my YouTube side. To go over to YouTube and like my channel. I now have 201 subscribers. I just want to let you know my kids are not impressed at all. I think the people that they watch have like 2 million subscribers, something really kind of outrageous. So if I could I would be happy. But I'd be happy anyway, because it is what it is supposed to be, because it is what it is. So vulnerability. Vulnerability is allowing your emotions and feelings in the moment. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've said over and over again that your feelings in the moment is your antenna and how you move within the world. Your feelings will give you your guidance. If you are hardened to your feelings, or you don't admit your feelings because you're ashamed, afraid that you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, worried about how you're going to be perceived by the people around you or the workers around you or your boss, then we can never really have a good sense of where we're going. So if we're not really open to our feelings, then we're not going to be feeling, oh yeah, that's right, thank you. I just saw my YouTubers, hi YouTubers, so good to see you. Wait, did I just lift one eyebrow? No, I can't do that. Can anybody do that here? Lift an eyebrow? Okay, I can lift my head, but I can't lift my eyebrow. Okay, so, all right. We're going to see who's showing up here. How about that? You can lift an eyebrow, Julie? I can't lift an eyebrow. Oh, it's not over, Tammy. You're not going to go anywhere already, are you? It's just starting. This is the start. It's not the end, my friend. Who sings it? This is the end, my final end. Jim Morrison, The Doors. I must have some Doors fan out there. Because I'm like, the Doors are coming up pretty loud in my hi Tina. Okay, I know that there's lots of ways that how I should do this, but I guess I just do it the way it happens, and it's perfect. So, okay, all right. Let's get this party started. We just had a gentleman show up. Feels like a grandfather figure. It's interesting. You know how I'm like hearing lots of noise right now. There's it's a white shirt, but there's like a double pinstripe and then a design and then a double white pinstripe, like white on white, and then a design. It's really a very vintage kind of looking shirt. Does anybody do you guys know what I'm talking about? Every family, oh my gosh, okay. Every woman in your family can lift one eyebrow? This is how I can do it. Wait, there's one. That's how I could lift an eyebrow. That's right there. Maybe I should think about doing a little work. Okay, so I have a grandfather energy that's coming forward. And it has like a pinstripe and then the vintage and then a double white. It's a double white pinstripe. And then a pinstripe of like a mauve or sort of a deeper red kind of picture. So this is definitely an older shirt that I would say is even more vintage than the 70s. Make me feeling around the 50s. I feel a businessman coming forward. Okay, so when I have that, I also have, so grandmother and grandfather here. They're both together because they're holding hands. They're making me feel like they may not have had a great relationship in, so I just heard R as in Roger. So I heard an R name. So sometimes I can get the initial, but not the full name. Roger, Ray, because I'm seeing my R. So, and they could be calling out somebody in the physical as well. So I'm having him. It's so cute. I mean, it's really interesting when I see these two together. They sort of squabble with each other, but he is the one who comes forward to begin to speak. He's the one who says, they talk. I don't know. I actually don't think she could speak English now that I'm here. I don't think she could speak English. It doesn't make me feel like she's able to, like they would talk and then he would come forward and speak for her. So I'm hearing, I think Abuela is grandma. If I'm not mistaken, Abuela is grandma. If somebody can, so I'm hearing, so much noise around all of this. It's like there's these grandparents are trying to get through, but when they're getting through, there's just so much noise happening in their life, in your life, that they can't get their messages across. They're trying to be as loud as they can, but there's so much background noise that it's very hard for you to hear your grandparents. And they're making me feel very disconnected. Like I'm feeling very disconnected from my culture, disconnected from my, just completely disconnected and lonely. This is what she's making me feel. Lots of crying, and I'm seeing her at a table. I'm seeing a kitchen table. I'm seeing a lot of crying. So I feel that you had a great relationship with a grandmother. This feels like this. What is your name? Now, understand that names, I've kind of worked myself up into a tizzy about names. Yes, an absolute tizzy. Meaning that if I try, I'm like, I really try and do names and I don't get it right, I go home and I will fester over not getting that name right for the next, and I'm not kidding, at least 2 weeks, which will make me not want to do it again. So I work in a way that deals with, my mediumship works in a way that deals with the feelings, thoughts, emotions, and validations more than it's dependent on names. I think Spirit knows that I've kind of beaten myself into a corner trying to work my way out of that, but it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully it happens. And just don't quit. Never give up, never surrender. That's the words for me. Okay, so all right, so my YouTubers, I want to see, oh yeah, at the end I'll tell you where you can find me. Okay, so she's not going away. This is another woman. I think this is another grandmother. I'm seeing a lot of like really intricate filigree kind of lace that's either lace or doilies, like really intricate lace and doilies. I'm seeing her. Actually, I think she was here around last week. She was talking about lace in a wedding dress. Evidently, the message didn't get across. I keep over and over in my head, I keep hearing the word France, 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 France. And I'm not really sure if this means that there's a trip coming up to France, or you're putting off a trip that you've wanted to always go to France, or this is like your heritage and you're trying to get back into it as well, because this feels like a different grandmother, very delicate hands, very handy, very, very handy with the needlework. That's what she feels like for me. But I keep hearing France, France, France. Okay, so, okay. Well, nice to have some male energy come forward. I feel a younger male that, I feel like this, whenever I feel addiction from the other side, what ends up happening is I feel just sort of like a cloud of weightness, like a heaviness come over me. And this cloud like pushes me down. So I'm feeling like someone who would have, he was so young. I don't know, like. So, okay, I feel it. Okay, so he's making me feel a couple of things when I'm here. I'm feeling like I passed because of an overdose. This is definitely the way I'm feeling for this person now. I'm also feeling as if he may have had like a hard time walking with his, because what he's showing my sign and symbol for dancing, which means he's moving around. He's also making me feel as if he's free from anything that he was feeling in this world. So I gotta tell you, there's this sense with him. Okay, so he's bowing his head and apologizing, but it's sort of like a dual message that he's showing me. I'm seeing someone that was close to him. There was a partner or wife or girlfriend that they were together, and there's like a moving on. There's been a moving on with her, but kind of. So when he's showing me like on the outside, everything looks as if I'm moving on, but on the inside, I'm still crying and still having a hard time, and I'm mad with him. He's like, just a sadness, like, how could you just let this life go? And he's saying it's actually time to let him go. So I'm so sorry to have to deliver this message to whoever it is, but it's time to like really allow yourself to move on, because you have another love waiting for you, and I see children in your future. So, and I want to make sure you understand, and I know that you have wanted children your whole life. This is what I'm getting shown. Like, children is really a big deal for you. And so I need to let you know that your life has a different way of becoming now. So I want to urge that you do like an integration of all of the good things. All of the good things from him, this is interesting. All of the good things from me are going to stay with you, but allow all the bad to evaporate. I don't know. There feels like there's a, I don't know. It feels as if he had, oh, okay. All right. Just seeing if that was resonating with people. So I also want to say, no, I don't think this is your Aaron, Ryan. It's Ryan, right? Ryan? Or is it Rain? I could turn myself around either way. And I bet you typing it is not going to make it any clearer for me. Okay. So I also wanted to, they just showed me like a little wind-up dog or a little wind-up toy. So it almost feels like a little blue wind-up toy. They're showing me this. I don't know why they're showing it to me, but I'm seeing it for, I don't know who this belongs to, but it's a little toy that just jumps and jumps. You know, you kind of wind it up and it flips, and then it flips, and wind it up and it flips. This is what it's making. I don't really have a sign or symbol for that. I'm trying to decide what the heck they're trying to show me, and I'm feeling like, oh, lots of crying. Did you hear that? Can you hear that crying? It's not related to him. Okay. I don't know. I'm feeling like there's like either there's a new, it's like a new puppy coming into somebody's life, because it's the only very, very joyful and abundance and really like full of play, breathing a new fresh air into the world. I'm also, very interestingly enough, I'm also seeing like a new relationship coming in for somebody. I want to say, like the energy of this year, the beginning of this year definitely deals with the fact of people being really allowing partners to come in and allowing that energy and that space. So if you are finding yourself, it could be a blue bunny. What is this? Could you talk about that, Lisa? Because is it a blue bunny that does flips, that wind up thing, or are you dyeing bunnies blue, Lisa? What are you doing? This is a harder way to do a group reading, but okay. I'm just gonna let you answer that in your time, and I bet you might be answering it, and I can't see it. So dyeing bunnies blue. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know if there's a blue. If there's Hanukkah. Hanukkah's blue, right? Okay. So I'm feeling this. So I want to make sure that we go over that, because I talked a little bit about it maybe a couple weeks ago. The energy of this year, and there's like an angel feather coming through right here. The energy of this year is whatever is coming up for you in the beginning of the year really is coming up for you to be healed. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, feeling tired, feeling like you are angry, feeling like you're lonely, like these are things that are coming up for you actually to take a look at. Now, I'm not silly enough to think that 2019, every time there's a new year, like, oh yeah, new year, it's all going to work out. Because that really, I mean, I love optimism. Don't get me wrong. I really do like to be optimistic, but you can only be optimistic if you're doing the work. If you are not doing the work of whatever is coming up for you the beginning part of this year, what ends up happening is it goes on, the universe will bring more and more of that to your life to kind of break you of it. So if you're finding yourself angry, if you're finding yourself doing like back channel talking, like talking about people instead of being talking to people, you're going to find that this year is going to be a lot harder. Or it's a lot harder, or it's going to like kick you in the butt till you get it. And by getting it, some of the getting it could be that kindness is boundaries. Kindness is clear. Kindness is owning your own emotions and bringing it to the table to own who you are. Not to control anybody else, not to worry about anybody else's response to that. But did somebody just get engaged on here? I've got to know. A blue bunny. Oh, a blue, like it's a toy though, right, Lisa? Bunny is a toy. Again, while the interlude, while Lisa just writes yes or no, I want to make sure you understand that if you're over on Facebook, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. So I think the bunny is a toy. Okay. Okay, so so Papa always means grandfather to me, and when I'm like here is oh, I'm waiting for you to answer. Hi Molly, it's nice to see you. Hey Dana. Hi Liz, I'm excited for you coming up, Liz. When is that happening? Oh, and while we're waiting for Lisa, I want to say I forgot what I was going to say, which always means is there's somebody that's crossed of Alzheimer's or dementia here. So that is definitely the same. So I have a, I don't know who this is yet. So this feels like father on a father's side. I feel dementia. I also feel like, wait, it's also, I feel father and mother. This feels like a single mother. It's like I'm coming hit with, this is a large woman. She's very tall. Were you like over 6 feet tall? I feel yes. I don't actually think this woman has ever been had a chance to talk to her son. 2 sons. Lots of grandbabies. I like really one of the things that one of the things I want to see, one of the things that I'm hearing with this is a mother that's coming through that was a single mother that acted as mother and father, all showing me this mother and father energy that they did everything and wanting you to know that you are supported right now. I feel as if she's telling me there's new relationship, there's a marriage coming too as well to one of the brothers, I don't know which one, but there's a relationship. There's also feeling, a marriage. They're showing, because I keep seeing a ring, a wedding, an engagement ring coming. And then I also see, it's kind of funny. I don't necessarily know. She may have been a bit grumbly in life. So when I'm feeling her, when I'm feeling her, I feel that she has, she did a lot of like, you would have a conversation and then she'd walk away and talk as she walked away. So just like a little bit of grumbling, but she was always very supportive of her sons. She's making me feel like I love my sons. I love their families and just wanting you to know that he's here. I forgot to tell you guys, I actually have to leave because I have a meeting that I have to be at right now. I will be at Earth Elements on January 30th. That's the new metaphysical shop in Saline. I will be, I will be at Bloom, which is that new in Ann Arbor It's a new microbrewery, a beer place that is pretty cool. The owners are pretty awesome. I'm going to actually that night do tarot card readings, which is, I'm going to bring out my tarot card deck and it's going to scare y'all because they're really, they're really, well, they're not scary. They're just Native American. They're my favorite. I will be sometime in sales in February, and I will have. I'm starting a series. So I did a first class on intuitiveness, and this next class is going to be on handwriting analysis. Third class is going to be on chakras. I think chakras and energy, how it moves between people, how you gain energy, how it gets taken away. I can't remember. I have a fourth and a fifth somewhere. I can't remember what they were. I have dates for them. I'll post them on my Facebook page, and my website actually already has them on there. And JannyCook.com is going to be undergoing some changes where there's going to be my oral spray that you can order and get sent to your house. There's also going to be those t-shirts that I keep talking about are coming as well. So I just want to thank you so much for coming this evening. Understand that hope is in every moment where you're doing your work and owning it, owning yourself in the moment. And see light, be light. I'm going to end Facebook first and then go from there. Okay, so as I'm ending Facebook here, I just want to give a little bit more to the people who are on YouTube, and you're here and you're where. I want to close this piece. Okay, so I just want to give a little bit more to the people who stuck around here and who have, you've come to YouTube, you've done it. I want to talk about. I don't know what I just saw. I don't know. Are we ready for I just heard it's going to be slippery. So I don't know if we're about to get an ice storm. Maybe not. But I just heard something about being slippery and just keeping your footing. So if you at all have a fear of falling on the ice, it's now, I know it doesn't seem like there would be any ice because it hasn't been that way for a while, but it feels like it's coming. So I want you just to take your time as you're walking around. That's the first thing. I don't know why that came in. I also have somebody here who I feel like it's not ice, it's snow. I don't know, girl. There feels like there's an ice component here. They're showing me ice. I gotta go. It's gonna be my prediction. My 2019 prediction right now is they're gonna be ice. I don't know. Who knows? So I want to say that. I also want to say okay, so what the heck are they just showing me? I don't know. I'm getting shown rings. I'm just getting shown rings being put on, put off, put on, put off, put on, put off. I'm like, and I don't know if I'm also seeing around the wedding finger. I'm feeling like there's this rash. They're showing me this rash that somebody just keeps ignoring. So I don't know if it's a rash on their hand or a rash somewhere else because they're showing me a rash I used to get back in the day, and I had a hard time getting rid of it, and I had to use steroids. So I just want to say, it's actually time to pay attention to it. So they're showing me that. They're also showing me I do feel another grandfather and grandmother energy coming in. I, again, do not feel as if they've really got along in life. They're not making me feel as if they were really very friendly with each other. I hear bickering, but I hear bickering in the same language. So I feel like a grandmother and a grandfather. Does somebody have on here out of you 4 people here? Does somebody have on here a grandmother, grandfather that passed of Alzheimer's or had some kind of Alzheimer's, either one of them? Okay, so this is for you, Julie. Nice. I'm glad you stuck around. It's nice that you get this little bit. I'm feeling your grandmother had dementia, Alzheimer's? Okay. So it's funny because I feel like did they fight? Did grandma and grandpa fight a lot? Because I'm seeing them like bickering with each other. Fighting is a hard word. I feel more bickering. They don't make me feel like, but I feel bickering with each other. And wow, she just said, she just said, I'm sorry. Literally, she just said, I'm sorry. I think it got really rough at the end because she's making me feel like she may have said some really harsh things that weren't her, but they still came out and they've lingered in your head. She's wanting me to tell you that she's very sorry for that. And also wanting me to say, it's like she's making me feel like the commitment to yourself she's making me feel, Jules, as if the idea is that you're not seeing your own worthiness. She's making me want to bring you back to being, to knowing that you're worthy. You're worthy of your own happiness. It's like you question it. You may not, I see so much going around, like so busy that it's hard for you to like stop and have a moment where you're actually getting crystal clear about what you really want. Does that make sense? Okay, I think I have everything there. So it's funny. She's giving you a little bit of a shove. I feel a shove of like, okay, you've got this. A little bit of like, trust yourself and trust the path. All right. I want to thank you so much for sticking around with me. I want to thank you also for coming to YouTube and for being, you know what I was just thinking when I saw It's Not Ice? Somebody might have some bad tires out there as well. So make sure you check your tire tread. Now, look, I'm really crazy about tires. So I'm just saying, check your tire tread. All right. So see light, be light. Have a wonderful night. Share it with your friends. Share it on Facebook. I appreciate you. Take care. Ciao, ciao. Bye.